And welcome once again to the 30-day Men Arise Challenge. It's been wonderful. It's been 21 days. It's unbelievable. A lot of days goes by very fast. When you're doing something worthwhile, something that's transforming life. We're grateful. We're happy to God in singles and spouses that this has transformed lives. This has touched people. This has gotten people into actions, and we've been able to push this out to as many people that it has reached. Thank you for those who have joined from day one, those who joined along the way, those who've been consistent, those who have struggled, those who have always found time to replay, catch replay. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. We cannot thank you enough for being there and being supportive in many ways. We're grateful also for those who are taking actions, especially for those, like I always say, you are the true MVP. As many as actually taking actions, you are the true MVP. Keep making those necessary moves. Keep uh, making those taking those necessary steps, to action as concerns what you're hearing or what the Lord has sent to us on this stream. And I don't know whether I would say that I got to charge of largely what we talked about, because a lot of what we have done, or a good number of what we have done, is not according to what plans that we had. But God has really steered us in direction He wants us to go. That I'm most grateful for. I believe that God will walk us to the end. So today we are looking at Arise and Get Busy. Arise and Get Busy. When this came, giving it the thought of, okay, how can this be talked about? There's no other way than arise and get busy. And I'll tell you why when we get into the text. Today is the story of Saul. Yeah, story of Saul. Finally, we're talking about Saul, right? This is the story of Saul. And uh, this was a time when his father had some animals missing, some of his property, some of his goods, something that is economical, largely economical and survival, like kind of like daily life survival, missing. And the father is like, no, this is something worthy, right? No matter, I don't know the number, right, of the animals that are missing, but the father thought these are missing. We need to look for them. And he called on Saul to go and look for the animals. And let's look into the text. So let's go to First Samuel. First Samuel chapter 9. Yeah, First Samuel chapter 9, verse 3. It says, and the asses of Kish, Saul's father, were lost. So there's a situation. There's something happened that created a need for someone to take an action, right? Were lost, and Kish said to Saul his son, take now one of the servants with thee, and arise, go seek the asses. Arise, go seek the asses. And he passed through Mount Ephraim and passed through the land of Shalisha, but they found them not. Then they passed through the land of Shalim, and there they were not. And they passed through the land of the Benjamites, but they found them not. From that next verse, you could see we have read almost like three, I think three or four towns that they've been in. So picture where you stay currently, and then I don't want us to look at it as villages, because these are not villagers. These are groups of people, groups of settlement. So picture it as you were in one town and you were asked to do something that required you moving from one town to another town to another town to another town. Just picture that wherever you stay, either you stay in Africa, Nigeria, stay in America, Canada, anyway, just picture it like you're moving from one place to the other. Like you move from Lagos to Ibadan, you move from St. Catharines to Niagara Falls. You understand? You move from Texas, what's the name? Dallas. You move from Dallas to maybe Irving or something. You understand? Just picture that. The neighboring town. So that definitely is not a day job. This was what this young man did upon a call. There was a need, it was called upon, and it got busy. Now, the first thing I wanted to mention, that I would like to mention about this today on getting busy, is usually it is idle hands that are vulnerable to being used by the devil. That's the first thing I want us to be very, very conscious of. Idle lives, idle minds, they are very, very vulnerable to doing something outside their path, because you are open to anything. And there's one silent rule about life. Nothing is really void, right? Nothing is really void. The moment there is an opening created, is filled up by something. It's filled up by something. Nothing is really void. So the moment you create a void in yourself, create a void in your schedule, create a void on your life, there's something creeps in. I'm not saying you shouldn't rest. Yes, there should be time to rest. I'm not saying you shouldn't relax. Yes, there should be time to relax. But there shouldn't be an endless relaxation. It creates a void eventually, because you get to a point where the body even tells you that I've had enough of whatever relaxation. Let's say you went to maybe to a retreat. The body tells you it's enough. I think I've had enough of this. Can we do something else? Let's say you decide to sleep. You could even get an headache out of sleeping too much, because the body's like, we can't be in this state perpetually. What am I saying is, don't create a void in your life. I know that you're a man. I know that the major thing that you need to do, or you think you need to do, is to go to work, do your business, make money. Yes. But after the making money, what else do you do? You just go home and you're idle. If you remember the story of David, one of the things that happened to David that caused the downward movement into Bathsheba's story and all, at the time it happened to him, was idleness. People were at war. People were at the forefront fighting war, and he was up there. He was up there. He was taking a view, enjoying himself. Having a drink. Idleness. So, how intentional are you about making sure that you fill your schedule with what matters, with worthwhile things, because you need to be on a project. Most times, when men are not on a project, when men are not about anything, they are open to everything. Open to everything. If you cannot make your life or your time part-time about something, you are open to anything and everything. Like I've heard it said before, they'll say that if you do not rise up to something, you will fall to everything. You will fall to everything. Everything will make sense. Everything will be able to fill your time. So find a worthy cause and be about it. Find a worthy cause and be about it. Whatever it is. The first is, what can you learn? So that's the first. Like, what can you learn? We men, and I speak on our behalf, on the behalf of most of us, we're largely egotistical. What you know, fantastic. I know you are an expert at that industry. You know what you know your job, you could do what you have to do, and you got it, right? You go to work and you know your job. But aside that, what else do you know? What else? What else do you know? What else do you know about someone else's job? Do you have an inkling what doctors do? Do you have the reason why they go about prescription or diagnosis, the way they go about it? Do you have an idea how one tool or the other is created? Do you have an idea how one industry or the other started? Do you know who was the inventor of one thing or the other? Do you know? You don't know those things. Do you know about other places, other towns, other cities that are around you? Do you know? Have you found out? You can learn. So that's number one thing that you can do with your time, with your free time, as the case may be. You can learn. So rather than you just be online and you're scrolling, you can learn. You can learn. You can learn something happening around you. Something happening around you. You can learn a language. You can learn a language. Right, you can. You can. You can learn a language. Like, I mean, I've been learning French for how many years now? But it's still something. There's something I know that you don't know if you have not been learning French. I know some people have been more aggressive than me, and I'm much more aggressive now. But learn something. Learn something. It is said that when you are not learning new things, you are losing brain cells. I might not have said it right, but there's a correlation between the need to continue to engage the brain. Otherwise, you are disengaging the brain and you are losing the brain gradually. So learn something. Learn something to start with your time. Learn something. Learn something. If you feel that you're too relaxed and there's really nothing to do, and you don't have any particular scheduled program to watch on the TV or what have you, or online, get up and take a walk. And while you're taking a walk, pray. When you're taking a walk, praise. Get busy. Like get intentional. Get intentional. Get intentional. When you're going to the gym, get busy. Go with the gym with the intention that, okay, I'm going to the gym and I want to listen to this audiobook. I'm going to the gym and I want to listen to this song. I want to be able to sing this song. It might be a worship song. Maybe your kids, your children have been laughing at you like that doesn't know any worship song. You pick one and say, this one, I'm going to learn it. Get the one that has subtitling, put it on, and be on your treadmill or be on your whatever machine that is there in the gym. Get busy. It's necessary that we get our minds busy, like get our hearts busy, because it is an idle mind or idle hand that the devil often finds to use. If you look at Jesus, you will even understand that Jesus didn't call loafers. Jesus didn't call people who were just loitering around. He didn't. Look at them. Look at most of them, if not all of them. They were either fishing or they were doing tax collection or they were soldier or something. They were busy guys. They were busy people. They were people that were about something worthy, no matter what you think it is. And it does not have to be church. In fact, I apologize to all our viewers or anyone who came about this and from what I said in the beginning felt that this wouldn't be about Bible. You can't really separate me and Bible. That's a given, right? But it's not really about the Bible for me. I'm hoping that God will give us that freedom and permission to be able to go further beyond from Bible, beyond into what you guys can relate with, because we're supposed to dig out things. My intention, or part of my intentions, was actually for us to dig out actual facts that you can relate with, dig out companies, dig out antecedents, things that have happened in the past, so that we can put those things, lay those things out, and we can all look at them together as men. Perhaps we're going to do that on a forum, because we create a forum and we're able to progress further on a lot of the conversations that we had on this 30 days Men Arise Challenge. So arise and get busy. What is that thing? Look around you. What is that thing that needs to be done? What's that thing that needs to be done? Oh, something needs to be painted. Get busy. Oh, your wife has been talking about something that needs to be fixed. Plan yourself that, okay, when I get back from work tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. Get busy. Get busy. You need to learn a new skill. Get busy. You can learn a lot of things online now. You can just go online. Like, I want to learn how to decorate the living room. Just get busy. You can't get busy. And there is something that God will lay on your heart for you to get busy about. That thing holds the answer to the next level of your life. Let's go for that so that we can know. Before we go further on that, let me quickly mention this. For those who are senior men, because I'm still going to be here. You're still going to be here. We're all still going to be here when, as God increases me. Because there are people that talked about it 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I got married. Like, oh, all these things you are doing is because you are not a big man, it's because you are not successful and all that. You're following your wife, you are doing dishes, you are helping in the house because you are not a big man. I've been way better now, and I still do those things. I still hang out in the kitchen with my wife. She's washing, she's cooking, I'm washing. She's washing, I'm cooking. I'm turning stuff. And yes, of course, I'm tasting the sweet things, right? But you can still do it irrespective of what level you are. Let's drop this egotism, if there's any word. I think there's a word like that. Let's drop it. Let's drop the ego and focus on getting busy on things, so that at the end of the day you can look back and say, I've accomplished this, I've accomplished this, I've accomplished this. Otherwise, it's a life that is lived like a story that is being told. Look at the life of Saul, so that you know that Saul has reasons not to have gone. In verse 1, it says, and there was a man of Benjamin whose name was Kish, the son of Abiel, son of Zerah. I'll put it here. son of Zerah, son of Bechorah, son of Apia, a Benjamin, a mighty man of power. So Saul wasn't born of anyhow father. He was born of a fantastic father, a man of power. And he had a son whose name was Saul, a choice young man and a goodly man. And there was not among the children of Israel a godlier person than he. From his shoulder and upward, he was higher than any of the people. He was a special breed. Saul was a special breed. Like, if someone's height can be compared to the entire land, that's a special breed. He didn't look at himself and say, "Oh, the father, I'm your only son, and why would you want me to get busy?" I praise Kish and I praise Saul. That's something good I can take out of Saul's life. So Kish is a mighty man. He has only one son, as far as the Bible has described, and he decided that it's that only one son that should go out and go to other towns and go and look for asses, animals. Look for something. I don't care how little it is, and I don't care how special a man you think you are, how fantastic a man you think you are, how much money you think you breathe, how much level of things you control. It is not meant for you to finish whatever level of control, whatever business you run, whatever corporation you already run or business empire you run, and then you think that the next thing is for you to be idle. Idleness breeds nonsense. Oftentimes, idleness is what leads men into sin. A good number, there are types of infidelity. So, my wife and I are trained infidelity recovery specialists, and we have had an encounter with one or two, a good number of clients, and one or two of them is a particular type of infidelity. Particular type of infidelity. There's a particular type of infidelity that happens when you have gotten to a place of comfort. That was what happened to David. You got into a place of comfort, you got to a place of largeness, you got to a place of achievement. So you tell yourself that, oh, now that I have achieved, I think I can add one more. I think I can do now. A good number of you young men that have not been tempted with all these things or that have not made all this mess of yourself is because you don't have the money yet or you don't have the time yet. The moment the money is there, the time is there, it looks like, oh, I can make decisions for myself. The men begin to make wrong choices. So if you are there, you are solid, you know that you've done well for yourself, you've established business, you're doing well on your career, and you're moving forward. It doesn't stop you, sir, from getting busy. What else can you learn? What can you learn to teach your children or your sons? What can you make a small boy that is not even your child a project? Just say, oh, this guy, I want to be teaching this guy something every day. I want to be engaging this guy every day. Get busy on a worthy task. Get busy on a worthy task. I cannot say it enough. And this is especially for those men who think that they are there, they have been there, they have done it. Like, I'm solid, I'm special. The fact that you are special in some aspect doesn't mean you don't get busy in other aspects. So, despite the fact that Saul was so unique, only child, blah, 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 his father said, get out. For those men who are blessed with sons, and you're pampering those sons, you're covering them, you're telling yourself nothing can happen to I don't want my son to face what I'm facing. You're setting that child up because you're not sending that guy out to get busy on what God will use to take them to their next level. Saul became a king, and he became a king on this journey. He found it on this journey. He found it on this journey. Right? He found it on this journey. And yes, thank you to those who have been commenting. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I love this one. Idleness breed nonsense. It leads to sin. Completely. Completely. Thank you, sis. Completely. It breeds it. That's what it breeds. So get busy. Send that child out. Send that child out. Push that child out. Get that child busy. Launch them. Yes, you should launch them carefully. I'm not saying you should put them in danger, but launch them. Launch them. Launch them. Launch them. Thank you. Yes, so men arise. Get busy with your mind and thoughts. And now, God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma. Get busy. Get busy. Send that child out. If you're a father, don't hide them in a cocoon. Don't keep them in your cocoon. Send them out. You know, one of our top mentors was talking about children going for UME jam as they do in Nigeria. I don't know if they do in other countries also, but your child has to write an exam at their teenage years, close to 16, close to 17, and they can't go on their own. Come on. I can remember traveling from Lagos to Ibadan when I was about 16, I think 16, yeah. On my own. On my own. I was going on an adventure. I was ready to see Lagos. I think that was my first time in Lagos. And I went on my own. I told my parents. My parents were scared. I said, no worry, I got this. I got this. Jesus Christ was in another town on his own at age 12. Let those children get busy. Let them get busy. Let them get busy. My wife and I were driving our sons recently. We got them to read a book. I don't read a book or watch the movie. I think it was Passion of Christ. And we told them to do a presentation. And they're like, no, yeah, that what? You're arguing that you won't do what? I said, no, children don't do that. I said, that. We said, that's another person's family. In our own family, we got values, and our values run like this and like this and like this. So you are going to do what you need to do. And they did it, and it was fantastic. The presentation was fantastic. Do a PowerPoint presentation. Tell them to get busy. Don't leave them there idle. If they are playing games, they are idle. They are not busy. Do you know why I said they are not busy? They are not busy because they are consuming at that point. They are not learning anything. They are consuming. I mean, I sat down with my kids one day and I analyzed with them. I said, we've been in the pitch together. We played soccer together, you and I. I see your shot power. I see your crossing ability. I see your speed and all that. I said, now, what you have experienced on the pitch compared to what you're playing right now. So I think that was Easter, and they had games to play for that period of Easter, 2 hours every day. So they were playing. And I'm like, okay, the way you're playing right now, this thing, you can press a few combinations of button, and this guy will flip, and this guy will cross, perfect cross, and this guy will do a precision shot. I said, can you do it in real life? They smiled. I said, if you're going to do it in real life, how long will it take you to be able to achieve this? And it got all of us talking. And they said, oh, yeah, that you are true. I said, this sets people up not to even be able to achieve, because it gives them a false idea about how things is done. It gives them a false idea about how things is done. You put the child on a football and he thinks he's learning. He's not learning jack. He's not building any muscle. The only thing he builds is finger muscles. Finger muscles, that's all. And he could build that on a piano, on an organ. You can build that finger muscle on an organ. So he's learning music, he's learning skills, he's learning coordination with his hand, but not games. Not games. Come on. That's somebody's work. Maybe if that child really wants to get busy, they should get busy building a game. Sit them and say, you are not going to play any game, but what you want to do, you want to code different difficulty levels for people. Then that means they start thinking. So there's a thinker somewhere that designed the games, but you are the consumer. Don't do that to your children. Get them busy. Send them on an errand. I love my wife. One of the things I love about my wife and I is how we have launched our sons. Sometimes we tell them you are going for basketball today and you are going on your own. They will launch them out. Somebody will be hiding in one spot, the other one will be hiding in another spot, just for us to make sure that they are good, they are safe. Do you understand? I will tell them, yeah, go take bike by yourself. I will hide somewhere. They'll be having a conversation with the bike guy. Someone's already at the other side. Launch them systematically, but launch them. I have friends whose kids are 5 years, 7 years, 8 years older than our sons. Their children can't go shopping. My children go shopping in Nigeria. They go shopping here too. They go shopping. They can go shopping. I can leave them in the middle of New York City, and to a good extent have peace of mind that they will be all right. They know what to do. They know how to find good strangers, and be able to make good use of it and find their way home. Get them busy. Then you yourself get busy. You yourself get busy. He didn't get carried away. He didn't get carried away by the fact that he was a powerful man. That's Kish, Saul's father. Saul didn't get carried away by the fact that he was a fantastic man. I'll continue reading because we would need to round up soon. So I just want to get us down that line. So it got to a point in the process of getting busy that Saul said, I think we've tried. I think we should go back. Then the servant that was with him was like, oh, there is a man of God and he's an honorable man. That's in verse 6 of First Samuel chapter 9. He's an honorable man, and all that he said cometh surely to pass. Now let us go thither. Peradventure, it can show us our way that we should go. And he encouraged the man. He encouraged Saul, like, hey, Saul, let us go. So who is your friend or who is your children's friend will likely determine how further you can go in whatever worthy course you have chosen. I don't know, whatever you have chosen, what you have chosen to learn, what skill you have chosen to build, what life you have chosen to live. Some of you men, all you need to get busy doing is to get home and assist your wife. Some of you don't even learn, don't learn anything. There's no need. You don't have any business on the phone because phone is even the problem that in your marriage currently. You get home and you feel that to relax, your relaxation is to press phone. One of the things that blessed my life, helped my life, and helped my marriage is the idea I caught in the place of prayer many years ago that when I am tired, my wife is tired, and I can massage my wife, and as I'm massaging my wife, I get massaged. It was, I think this is divine, and please try it. This is not the kind of thing I would say you shouldn't try at home, especially if you're a married man. Try it. As in, I'm practically giving my wife foot massage or whole body massage, as the case may be. Whole body massage is sweeter. Man, take this, take your soul. Giving my wife full body massage, and by the time I'm done, I feel better. Like I feel relaxed. Like my muscle feel massaged itself. Get busy. Plan that you're going to save some energy. Like we used to advise couples when we give people marriage counseling. Save some energy for your marriage when you leave work, when you leave business. Save some energy. Get home and roll up your sleeves. Let it even be that you're acting. Let it be that, oh, it's not really from the bottom of my mind. Yes, it's John that encouraged you to do it. Do it. Get home, roll up your sleeves and say, Ori, I'm here for you today. Anything you want to do in this house today, now me and you. Where is the broom? Where's the dishes? I want to arrange this. I want to arrange that. Do it. Do it. Say, this thing you've been talking about, I even want to do it today. Let that be the one say, oh, you've not removed your tie. Oh, you've not removed your shoes. They say, no, don't worry. I don't want to get tired on this. I've saved some energy for this. You'll be making a very happy wife secretly. You'll be creating a very happy wife. And you'll be having a very happy life. This secret for some of you, what you need to get busy on is just tell yourself that, oh, today, honey, I want us to arrange that book you've been talking about. I want to arrange that your wardrobe. Oh, I want to iron some of those your clothes. Get busy. Get busy. Leave the phone. When you get home, have a box where you carry your phone and just go and dump it. Get busy. Get busy. Get busy and stop becoming Satan's workshop. Get off the phone with those tiny girls. Get busy with your life. And when he got busy, this busyness that Saul got into led into kingship. I wish I had enough time for us to go further into it, but we have to stop. We have to keep with our plan for 30 minutes. Get busy. Get busy. Get busy. Save some energy for your marriage. Get busy. It's not about just your work. Get busy. Get busy. Spend time. Tell your wife that, oh, now I want to spend 1 hour together just talking. Get busy. There is something worthy about it. And in Ecclesiastes, I'm going to end with this. In Ecclesiastes, it is said that whatsoever your hand findeth to do, do it with all of your might. It's in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10. Ecclesiastes 9:10. Let's read it together, just so you go with that, and we'll round up with it. It says there in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10, it says, whatsoever your hand findeth to do, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do it with thy might. Do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. So whatever you have to do, you might have to do with knowledge, you might have to do with work, you might have to devise a skill of some sort, it might have to do with wisdom. So it's giving you different things you can do. Different things. There are things you will do with your wife, you will never forget. There are things you do with your children, you will never forget. There are things you do for the community, you will never forget. There are things you will learn that will come to play in the future. So get busy. I'm encouraging you today, as a young man, or as a married man, as a single man, as the case may be, as an elderly man, as a grandfather, great grandfather, whatever age you have, whatever size you have, whatever status it is, you can get busy on some seemingly little worthy tasks. They are worthy. If you do them with the whole of your mind, there is always a reward. I pray that God will help you to make best out of this. And I pray that we'll be able to rise up and arise to the necessary action as concerns this. We're hoping to see you tomorrow again, day 22 of the 30-day Men Arise Challenge. It's been lovely having you. Thank you so much. We love you. And we'll say bye-bye. See you tomorrow.